Hi y'all. Today I'm just gonna be talking about my vacation that I just got back from. It's been a couple weeks as I'm filming this. I had originally planned to vlog the whole vacation and I did not do that. Surprise, surprise. But ultimately that was better, it seems, for my mental health. So where do I start? Just to summarize, leading up to vacation, so we had all that issue with the floors in my house and the water tank erupting and everything and all the water damage, right? Well, the floors got fixed, I think like 2 days before we left, and the check from insurance didn't clear until like the morning that we left. So all the way leading up to the very last minute, it was incredibly stressful. But I was thankful to have the work done before we went on vacation, because otherwise I was going to have to come back to my house being like torn apart still, and I just wasn't excited about that at all. So it got all finished, you know, we went on vacation. I decided, because of how stressful June and July had been for me, especially July, that I wasn't gonna really put a lot of pressure on myself to vlog a whole lot. I do have some clips, but it's not a whole lot. And I took a lot of pictures, so I'll probably insert those too. But I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that I got on vacation, just because it's fun and it allowed me to kind of separate these books from a normal haul. Yeah, so I bought quite a bit of books. I mean, not a ton, but like a decent amount of books on vacation. It seems that the main thing I bought as a souvenir this time was books. I do like to go to independent bookstores. I like to collect bookmarks specifically, but I like can't go in and just ask for a bookmark. I have to buy something. So we're just gonna talk about some of the books I got on vacation. I'll show you some of the little things that I did get, and just talk about it. So day one, we got into Ohio, like Eastern Ohio. There was a tornado where we were staying, so you'll probably see a picture or two of that. The meteor shower started that night, so we just hung out and like watched the shooting stars, and yeah. So ultimately the tornado ended up kind of like touching down southwest of us and going kind of around, like skirting around where we were staying. But we did see the funnel cloud, which is crazy. I've never seen a funnel cloud in my life. Both exhilarating and terrifying. I'm very, very scared of like high winds and tornadoes. So then the next day we went to Hocking Hills, did some hiking there. I'll put in a couple pictures here. And shortly after that, the same day, we went on to Cincinnati. We were in Cincinnati for a couple days. We went to the zoo, met up with some friends that are internet friends. They're really cool to meet people. And Cincinnati is where I went to 3 different bookstores. So we had a thing where we couldn't check into our next Airbnb until like after 4 p.m. and we had to check out of the one we were at like 10 a.m. So we had a bunch of time, and we had to do things that A, like would take up some time, and B, potentially the dog could go in with us because we can't just like leave her in the car, right? So the first independent bookstore that we went to in Cincinnati is called Joseph Beth Booksellers. I got one book there, and it's because it was something I've been having on my TBR, like I want to find it in a bookstore list for a while now, and they had a signed copy of it, so I was like, this sounds really cool. I don't pick up a lot of YA fantasy anymore, but I am really intrigued by this one, so I'll show you what it is. Yeah, so the first book that I bought in Cincinnati from Joseph Beth Bookseller is a signed copy of Riven. I mean, it sounds pretty typical, but I just think it sounds interesting, and honestly, the cover is really cool, which is what prompted me to want to pick this up initially. And when I saw that they A, had a copy of it, and B, had a signed copy, I was like, I have to buy this. So I got this. This is the same author that wrote Onyx and Ivory. So it's signed, and I'm excited to get to this. I don't know how soon I will get to this, but it was something I wanted to pick up, so I did. The second bookstore I went to is called The Bookery. This is in a slightly, I think, south area of Cincinnati. It's like down by the river. I will say parking for the first place was great. It was like in a shopping mall, like a strip mall. Very easy parking. The parking for the Bookery is kind of, it's street parking. It's short-term street parking. And the bookstore it's very small, but honestly, they had a lot of stuff that I was excited to pick up. I have been dying to pick up a Beverly Jenkins book because I hear a lot of good things, and I'm trying to like branch out. Not only reading like historical romance, but I want to read it, you know, by a Black author. So I picked up Rebel. This is the first one in this series. I was excited to pick this one up because I have looked like in Barnes & Noble and I cannot find this. I can't find anything by her. It's fucking wild. The other book I picked up is The Dead Romantics. This is a romance, I believe, where the main character falls in love with a ghost. This is where the main character falls in love with a ghost. I've heard some really good things about this. I know a lot of people like this book. So I didn't know a whole lot about it. But I read the synopsis in the store when I saw that they had it and I decided I was going to pick it up. And then last but not least, at the Bookery, I bought a psalm for the Wild Built. This is very short. The second one in this series is out already, but I have been dying to read this and I just haven't gotten to it yet. And it was just a good opportunity for me to buy like a short, nice little novella that I've been dying to read, and support an independent bookstore in the process. So, and the next bookstore is where I went a little off the rails, I'll be honest with you. So this place was really cool. So it's near the campus, I believe, the university in Cincinnati. The parking is decent. There's like street parking and there's like a parking lot across the street. This is specifically a manga bookstore in Cincinnati. And I wish we had something like this here. I really do. First of all, the owner is super nice. She let us bring our dog in. We just called in advance and explained to her like, hey, we're from out of town and we're like in between Airbnbs and our dog obviously can't stay in our hot car. We bring her in with us. She's well behaved. Can we bring her in with us so that we both can go in there? Because my husband was dying to go to this place too. The other two I had gone in by myself. So anyways, the owner was super nice and let us bring the dog in and was really friendly and understood like she doesn't like to be petted and stuff. This bookstore is really cool. They had a lot of stuff that I have been unable to find anywhere and otherwise would have to order online. I really wish we had a manga shop like this near us, but a lot of the ones near us are like manga and then comics and like collectibles. They kind of combine, which for the sake of like making more money, I guess it makes sense, but I find that when it's niched down like this, it was really quite nice. I don't know if I mentioned the name of this place. This place was called Manga. It's in Cincinnati. There you go. I'll like put a little clip up here. Okay, one of the first things I want to mention that I got is another light novel, and that's Stars of Chaos. I'm just trying to collect like every single one of these that I see because so far I've really loved them. This one I think is a newer release. I'm just going to read you the synopsis. It's just the easiest way to go about it. It says, a time of change is upon the Empire. The discovery of violet gold, a vital fuel for steam-powered machines, propelled the Empire of Great Liang into an age of prosperity. Chong Gang, I'm going to say is how you say his name. A young man raised on the impoverished northern border, the concerns of the Empire are as distant as the stars above. When raiders from the north attack his small village, he discovers that the life he knows is a lie. His mother, his teacher, and even his godfather, whom he trusted more than any other, are not what they seem. As enemy nations close in, he follows his godfather to the heart of the imperial capital, where a greater fate lies in store for him. I'm excited to have this one. I was really excited to see that they actually like had a copy and I wasn't gonna have to order this off of Amazon. So, and then as the name suggests, and as I talked about, they had quite a bit of manga. So I bought a lot. I did not buy these two there though. Don't know why I had them there. Okay, so I bought Stars of Chaos, and then I also picked up Summer Ghost. This, I bought it on a whim. This says, according to urban legend, there's an abandoned airfield on the edge of town where a spirit known as the Summer Ghost can be summoned. After discovering each other on the internet, 3 teenagers from different high schools who share a special connection to death meet up to summon the mysterious specter. Thus begins a story that will bridge the boundary between life and death on a midsummer night that none of them will ever forget. So it says based on the critically acclaimed anime. So I'm excited to read this. As you know, if you watch any of my other videos, I'm obsessed with anything that has to do like with the near shore, far shore, kind of like spiritual boundary mythology. So yeah. And this is the complete collection. And then because everybody is talking about it, and again, because I'm trying to branch out, I picked up the first volume of Golden, is this Golden Kamuy? I don't know how you say it. Kamuy? 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 I don't know. I picked this one up. This is a historical, I don't know if it, yeah, it is a historical fiction. Yeah, I hear that this is really interesting and kind of like character focused, so I'm excited to pick this one up. And then I picked up a printed copy of The Tower of God. This is the first volume, and this one was on my anticipated releases for this year, and then I couldn't find like an actual print copy anywhere in stores, so I just kind of waited until I could. This says, the action-packed webtoon series Tower of God is a story of wealth, power, betrayal, and revenge. Whatever you desire, you can find it here at the Tower. 25th Bam must journey skyward. Oh my god. 25th Bam must journey skyward in a mysterious tower if he has any chance of reuniting with his best friend, Rachel. Even if that means facing his own death, Bam tries to climb higher and higher up the tower despite the dangers at every turn, and makes both allies and enemies on his quest to find Rachel. But behind each ascension is a revelation about their friendship, revealing a much deeper, darker secret. So, yeah, this collects volumes, episodes 1 through 11 of the webtoon. So, yeah, I'm excited to read this one. It was on my anticipated releases. This feels like it might be like Senlin Ascends, but like, I haven't read that yet, so I don't really know what that's like, but the vibe sounds the same. I also picked up the complete collection of A Story of Seven Lives. I don't know anything about this other than it's about cats. And I love any story about animals, honestly. And I think this is really cute. I love the art in this. And I was just curious, and it sounds really like kind of lighthearted and nice and like slice of life almost. So I picked this one up. And last but not least, I picked up the first volume of Dan to Dan. This sounds insane. I am reading this for 30 and 30, so I am going to read it very soon. It sounds like it has to do with aliens, spirits, the supernatural. My husband has already started reading it, and he said it's crazy, so yeah, I was excited to pick this one up. Again, this one I just kind of read the synopsis and was like, yeah, sounds cool. Let's buy it. Yeah, so then after Cincinnati, we went down to Kentucky, did a couple things there. It was really chill, just kind of hung out and did a couple things. And then we went on to Fayetteville, West Virginia, and that was the last stop in our little mini road trip. What do I have to say about Fayetteville? I liked the town. I was kind of surprised by how, like, millennial Gen Z centric the town has become. The last time I went to Fayetteville was like 10 plus years ago at this point. And it was definitely a different vibe back then, but that was a really fun part of our trip. I loved the place that we stayed. We did some hiking, went to like a place I've always wanted to photograph. And then we came home. So I really didn't do a lot of shopping outside of getting books. I did get a plushie at the zoo. And a postcard with a little picture of I'll just show you. Okay, so the only other things I really got, I got a magnet. I'm not going to show it to you because who cares, right? From Kentucky. But I did get this postcard at the zoo. It's just a picture of one of the cheetah cubs and its emotional support dog. We watched a thing where the keeper brought the dog out because their cheetahs have some emotional support dogs. And then I just found out like yesterday or the day before that one of their cheetahs passed away, so it's really sad. The other thing I got at the zoo is a plush, and it took me forever to decide what I was going to get, but I got this little hippo plush, and this is because it's a Fritz plush. Focus. Yeah, it's a Fritz plush. So if you don't know, Cincinnati Zoo has their little baby hippo right now. I think he just turned a year old. And that was part of the big reason I wanted to go to the zoo so bad while we were there. But that's just one of the other things we do when we travel. We go to, like, that type of stuff. Because I always like to see different ones. Anyways, guys, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this really chill, like, vacation vlog, mashup, haul video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.